Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Get some rat jams. The final boss. Thank you for the bits. It's like we never left. It's like nothing happened at all. Who's laughing now? Bro, it's not me. We were literally right at the end when the Wi-Fi dipped. Who's laughing now? It's not me. It's happening over here. Why did I do that? Ah, oh no. Oi! Jesus! Oi! Oi, oi, oi! Oh, big boy! Big boy! Oh, big boy! Whoa! Okay, okay, good. Big boy, crash pipe, big boy. Oh god, cat boy. Ah, big cat boy. Jesus Christ. Come on. Jesus. Oh god. Oh my goodness. I'm so slow. Why can't I run faster? This is as fast as I can go. I'm sorry. Guys, this is as fast as I can run. It's awful. Holy shoot. One more. Who's laughing now? This is as fast as I can go. Okay. Come on, last pipe, buddy. Do it for me, cat boy. Meow. Ah! I'm running. I'm hopping. Look at me hop. I'm hopping so quickly. Why am I back here? Was I meant to do this? Was I? Guys. Huh? Did I mess up? Why am I here? Hello? The tape? What about the tape? I already listened to. Oh! I forgot I had that in my pocket. Ah! Big teeth. Stinky breath. The end. Ah. No more cat boys. Cat boy, be gone. Did we do it? Is that it? Did we do it? I'm no longer in cardboard. My house. My bed. Who's whistling? Hello?
Henry!
Dad?
So soon. I didn't expect you for another hour yet. Now you're just trying to impress me.
Dad?
I know. You have questions.
Yeah.
You always do.
I'm inquisitive.
The only important question is this. Who are we, Henry?
I'm Henry. That's the only answer I have.
I knew who I was.
Who are you?
But the success starved me.
Oh, you're Joey.
Nothing left but lines on a page.
Okay, Joey.
In the end, we followed two different roads of our own making.
I don't really know what happened.
A lovely family.
Oh, yeah, I had a family.
Me,
sure.
a crooked empire.
Yeah, L.
And my road burned.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Our creations become my life.
Sucks.
The truth is,
Can't
you
relate.
were always so good at pushing, old friend. Pushing me to do the right thing. You should have pushed a little harder. Henry, come visit the old workshop. There's something I need to show you.
Is this why I showed up at the workshop?
All right, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
This is why I did it. Oh, we did it! Welcome in, Raiders! Raiders, we just finished this game! Why is Pop-Off so hard? Allie, thank you so much for the raid! Thank you! Welcome in! I'm Olive. We just played Bendy and the Ink Machine. We're gonna watch a game theory video after this. This pops off. This pops off. How long has this game been out for? Since what, like 2018, 2017 maybe? This is so nice, I love this! When I play again, I can use the magnifier? It is a time loop, I was right. Bendy and the Ink Machine. That was awesome! Shy little frog singing along to this fun tune. Shh. Hello?
Evan_M gifted a tier 1 sub to CDDC 2003. They have given 34 gift subs in the channel.
Tell me another one, Uncle Joey.
What? Oh, that was good! That was good! That was fantastic! So, do you guys want game theory? You have unlocked the scene tool in all previous chapters. You have unlocked the archives, bonus content. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Guys, this was a very good game. This was a very good game. Y'all want a game? You want to watch a game theory really quickly before we wrap up for today? Here, Bendy and the Ink Machine. Evan, thank you! Game theory. Thank you for the 2 gifted subs.
Evan_M gifted a tier 1 sub to Bo_20. They have given 35 gift subs in the channel.
Okay. Alright.
Chalk up another.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, let me close out of the game really quickly. Quit. Are you guys ready for game theory, Bendy and the Ink Machine? And then we can watch the trailer too. Yeah. Okay.
Victory on the game theory win sheet. With the release of Bendy's last chapter, all my theories were put to the test, and it looks like we were overall pretty darn right. At least for the things the Meatly wasn't purposely misdirecting us on.
Oh, which one do I watch? This is not the first one. Wait, there's more than one? Why? How complicated is this game? It's not FNAF, is it? Why? Did it release in chapters? Like... Wait, which one do I watch? Hold on. Is that theory? Why? Do I have to watch all of them? There's so many! What the heck? Why are there so many? How Bendy exposes Disney cartoons. What? How Bendy will end. But we already know how it ends. We just watched it. Oh, it's because these came out in chapters. Like, oh! Okay, then we can watch what we were watching.
Allison and Thomas were indeed revealed to be perfect Alice and Cyborgs. Human souls are indeed used to power the Ink Machine. And most importantly of all, we totally called that Joey Drew would be revealed to be the true identity of Monster Bendy. Wait, you're saying he wasn't? That he's just this old dude in his kitchen and Bendy is this mindless ink monster? Give me a few minutes.
Wait, I thought that's what it was.
Soon, because this is the end of Bendy.
Yeah, let me not talk and actually let him talk. Yeah, this is my jam. Hello, Internet. Welcome
Welcome to Game Theory, where you don't need a special lens to see our hidden messages. More often than not, they're hidden in plain sight right in front of your face. So, 5 chapters, 3 theories, and 1 year, 8 months, and 16 days later, it's finally over. The saga of our little devil darling Bendy reached its sepia-tinted conclusion, and, well, it was controversial, to say the least. Slow stealth sections, Bendy going on full beast mode, and no appearance of the plunger were just some of the complaints that I saw circulating online, but it was the ending that left most people in the inky dark. After fighting off Roid Rage Bendy, suddenly we're taken to a kitchen with Joey Drew washing some dishes before sending us back to the studio with the same exact words that kicked this whole thing off in the first place.
Come visit the old workshop. There's something I need to show you.
But what did he want to show me? I nearly died.
Joey, I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
Are you kidding me? Every time this game launches a new chapter, I need to play through the whole thing again since it's so unstable I lose my save data. I'm telling you, if I haven't found what you wanted me to see the other 5 times that I've gone through these chapters, this ain't it, Chief. Also, did it bother anyone else to hear Joey say, I need to show you?
There's something I need to show you.
But then the closed captions say, want to show you? You're rankling my OCD here, game. Anyway, I don't think it's an understatement to say that this was far from the ending the series had been leading us towards, understandably causing frustration to gamers who'd spent the better part of the last 2 years theorizing about this game's mysteries. So today we're gonna dive down to the inky depths and add some color to a finale that most people found a bit sketchy. Let's begin. First things first, it's important to establish that the events in the game never really happened.
What?
At least, not literally, like we played through them. Yep, it's one of those, where everything is symbolic, like a dream theory, coma theory, or in this case, a story theory. You see, the game tries to leave it open to interpretation, revealing in the endgame letter that repairman Thomas Connor is a bit miffed that someone stole his invention, the ink machine, only to show us a few seconds later, after the credits, that it's in Joey Drew's house. So could it all have been
I didn't
real?
notice that.
Yeah, it could have, but it's not very likely. That's why the entrance to Joey Drew Studios is attached to the kitchen, and why there's this dramatic visual shift when we're entering the real world. The game designers are trying to tell us through aesthetics that the studio isn't reality. This hallway with the 6 posters is very reminiscent of the opening hallway.
Yeah, it is.
And this room
really interesting.
is very reminiscent of chapter 1.
It is.
Oh, I
So
noticed
this is
that.
my desk.
Where's my old
Wait,
desk?
oh.
I wasted so much time in this chair.
Making it even clearer is the fact
Oh, I noticed that. In the last chapter when you're walking out, didn't I say I thought maybe this was the beginning area, but it wasn't.
that in the gameplay, Allison Pendle is transformed into the perfect Alice Angel, and Thomas Connor is Cyborus. But in real life, 2 are married and living happily together, with their time at Joey Drew Studios a faint memory in the distant past. There is very obviously a set of real-world events and a separate studio world. But making this distinction perfectly clear to us is this final post-credits moment, a little girl asking for yet another story from Uncle Joey.
Tell me another one, Uncle Joey.
It doesn't get any more direct than that. Another story, i.e. we were just told a story by Uncle Joey. So the 5 chapters of Bendy are just that, a 5-part story. But just because this was a story all along doesn't mean that it's not rooted in fact. Quite the contrary, it's Joey's version of the rise and fall of his studio. The small details in his story are inspired by things in the world around him. For instance, the little miracle safe stations throughout the game were actually just inspired by this TV and radio repair company that we see a flyer for posted on his bulletin board. And if you look really closely in the background during this post-ending bonus scene, on the back shelf there, you'll see a bunch of items that should look pretty darn familiar. A record, a plushie, a wrench, ink, a book, and a gear. All the items that we had to collect in Chapter 1 of the game to activate the ink machine, except now their visual style is more realistic. Real items that he's translated into the fictional animated story world that he's created.
I don't
As for the bigger plot points
understand.
in the game, well, that's just Joey's life. Joey clearly created a studio with the help of Henry, who, as we guessed, was indeed the creator of Bendy. Once Henry left the business to spend time with his wife, the studio eventually died. In part due to changing entertainment trends, people simply growing out of the old silent black and white cartoons.
But when the tickets stopped selling, when the next big thing came along, only the monsters remained.
But also because of a series of bad business decisions by Joey, most notably Bendyland. We know this from all the overdue bills on Joey Drew's bulletin board, as well as blueprints of the failed theme park. It's possible that Joey tried to keep up, evolve the Bendy character, revive him for an older audience, as we see darker, more mature.
Wait, I want to know the theories about
characters on the
what's
animating table in his house, but clearly nothing has
the
worked,
characters
leaving
are
Joey a
what?
poor, broken old man. Which leads us to Monster Bendy.
Yeah, who that?
Why did I say that Monster Bendy is revealed to be Joey Drew? Well, it's because Bendy in the studio is a symbol of his regrets.
I don't want
Listen
it to
his
all be a
final
metaphor.
dialogue.
I want it to be real.
I thought I knew who I was. But the success starved me. In the end, we followed two different roads of our own making. You, a lovely family. Me, a crooked empire. And my road burned. I let our creations become my life. The truth is, you were always so good at pushing, old
If it's a
friend.
metaphor, why is there a second game?
Pushing me to do the right thing. You should have pushed a little harder.
It's all a series of regrets. Regret that he didn't start a family, that he let himself become consumed by work and greed, that he lost
I don't
friend
want
in
it to be a
Henry.
metaphor.
Look at
I
the
want it to
letters
be
on his
real.
bulletin board.
I want there
Joey
to be ink
is reaching out
creatures.
to employees of the studio decades after they worked together. They've moved on with their lives. They've found love, other jobs, families. But Joey...
Guys, I didn't read any of the letters the entire time I played. I don't think I read a single thing. That
hasn't. He's trapped by the
I didn't
ghosts
realize there
of
were
his
letters.
past. All wrapped up in and represented by Bendy. No longer just a cute cartoonish devil, but now a twisted, shambling monster who roams the remains of his failed studio. The sharp-toothed embodiment of his own regrets. That's why Bendy sometimes helps you out throughout the game. Henry and Joey have this complicated relationship. That's also why you have to show Bendy the end to finish him off. To show him, and by proxy Joey, that era of his life
I
is
don't
over.
know
It's
if I
all the
like
shadow of the
this.
past.
Only the monsters remain. Shadows of the past.
In a lot of ways, Joey Drew rightfully sees himself as the villain of his own story, all represented by Monster Bendy.
Okay, what if I watch a different video? Because, like, I don't care about I don't care about it being a metaphor. Like, I get it, it's on the nose. But what I'm confused about and what I want to know about is, like, why are the characters the way that they are? Like, why is there two Alices, and what happened? Like, what happened to the studio? I don't care about the real world. I care about the lore of the fictional world, okay? Like, I don't care if it's all a metaphor, but can I get a theory about what the metaphor means? No. What's, like, in the metaphor? Do you know what I'm talking about? I gotta watch the other videos. Hi, sleeping. It's okay. We're watching game theory videos for... Which one do I watch? There's different ones. Let's see. You know what we should do first? Let's watch the trailer. Let's watch the trailer for Bendy and the Ink Machine 2. Let's watch the trailer and see. We'll make our own game theory, you know? We'll make our own. Warning: blood and violence. Be careful.
Another late night, another crazy deadline. You can do this, Audrey.
Loud.
What was that?
What the heck are you?
What's wrong with me?
I'm turning into ink.
Children of the machine, for 211 days, you've lived without the ink demon haunting your steps. I banished him away.
This is literally Bioshock.
Just a little favor. There is a stranger.
Which I say in the best way.
To me.
Thank you very much for your help.
Almost everyone here either can't speak or they're completely mad.
No one wants you here.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Looked like you needed some help.
Don't touch me.
Above everything else, Stay away from the ink demon.
What's an ink demon?
He likes to smile, and he kills anything that moves.
It's the cat boy.
Nothing.
Oh, that's pretty cool, guys. This is pretty cool. I like that. I like this. I like this. So, does this take place after the events of Game 1? So it's like, so after Game 1, it's just like all the inky people, like what they do in the society that has been left behind. Because, what do you mean keep watching? Wait, is it not over? Oh.
Bendy?
Oh, it's a baby. I thought it was over. Wait. As a baby Bendy. So that's like Bendy if they didn't mess up the first time. That's like what they were trying to make, but instead they made a giant cat boy. There's a good Bendy. You know, that's what we were missing. We were always missing a good Bendy. And that's what we're gonna get. It looks like. Oh, interesting. Wait. Okay. Okay, someone said watch Super Horror Bro Mike. Huh? Super Horror Bro Bendy and the Okay, we'll watch that. Who said it's so Baba? Baba. I'm excited. Guys, that comes out November 15th. I'm going to be playing that. Okay, it says if you do want to watch a theory, you should watch Super Horror Bros video on the trailer. Yeah. Yeah. Why you have Jesus Christ? There's so many already. What the heck? There's a timeline we can watch. What really happened? Yeah, I don't want to know about metaphors. I want to know about what happened.
Guys, Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in today's video, we take a detailed look at the entire Bendy and the Ink Machine timeline, which has recently been made far clearer by the launch of the new Joey Drew Studios Employee Handbook. If you haven't checked out this book yet, I would certainly recommend it, as it contains a wealth of exciting new information and facts about the inner workings of the studio and the characters who inhabit it. So using this new information, we can expand on older theories and assumptions of how we thought the studio worked as we go through this new timeline year by year to tell the real story of what exactly happened at the studio and when. Our story begins in 1929, when two ambitious dreamers, Joey Drew and his friend Henry Stein, partnered to open an animation studio of their own under Joey's name. Both Joey and Henry had been animators previously. However, Henry seemed content to stick to the animation side of things, while Joey handled the day-to-day business and was tasked with coming up
I was an animator. I forgot about that.
Bendy
I had a desk. Yeah.
From the duo. Joey rejecting Henry's initial design and instead going with this more manic-looking version. Maybe that was a good move, as Bendy shot to popularity after the smash success of his debut cartoon, Little Devil Darling.
I like this.
Later the same year, Joey and Henry produced another character.
This is what I wanted from a theory video.
Boris, in his first film, Sheep's Songs. However, while the first year at Joey Drew Studios seemed to be going well financially, behind the scenes, relations weren't so stable.
Stable.
Company, and already it's gotten interesting. When I agreed to start this whole thing with him, I thought there'd be a little more give and take. Instead, I give, and he takes. I haven't even seen Linda for days now.
Henry was overworked and kept from his family, while Joey seemed content with simply coming up with ideas and counting the money as it poured in from the early success of his new character Bendy. And so somewhere between 1929 and 1931, Henry decided to quit the studio and turn his back on Joey to seek pastures new.
See, I didn't really catch any of this at all.
With the following
do we have ads?
Joey.
Is there advertisements? Are people getting ads? Do I need to pause? I asked that though, but it's like if there were ads, like they wouldn't hear me ask if there were ads. Would there be?
After much thought, I've decided that it's time for me to move on from the studio. Let's discuss as soon as you have an opening on your schedule. I hope you'll understand, old friend. Henry.
Okay.
I believe this split happened sometime in late 1930, as in early 1931, Joey announced big plans to hire more workers and expand the studio.
We're growing, knocking out a few walls, putting in a few desks, and collecting the finest talent money can buy.
Joey speaks of knocking down a few walls and putting in some new desks, and Henry comments on exactly that during Chapter 1 of the game.
Looks like they knocked out a wall or two after I left. Guess it took a few people to replace me.
So 1931 was the year where Joey started putting some of those Bendy bucks back into the studio to expand for the future and create more cartoons than ever before. In fact, this employee handbook reveals just how many new departments were created and filled with brand new workers. No wonder there was never a shortage of test subjects. This led into the hiring of a new voice for a new character, the character of Alice Angel, created in 1930.
Okay, so this is where I know I got confused, but I saw you guys saying in chat that when they used Susie to make the angel, they, you know, obviously she was, you know, she turned into like some weird ink demon. They hired a new voice actress for Alice, and that was Allison. Is that what? So there was two different voice actresses for Alice, and that's why there are two, sort of. Okay, well, someone said sorta, and someone just said spot on. So there's two different Alices, because there is the Susie and then there is Allison, and Susie's messed up, but Allison's like, yeah. Echo Jin, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Right now we're watching lore on Bendy and the Ink Machine, because I just finished the game and I know nothing about any, like, I'm very new to all of this. I don't know if you've discovered a trend, chat, but you know, when I played through all the FNAF games for the first time for that subathon and then immediately went into like the theories and all of that, I'm late to a lot of things, I think. Like, I just finished all the FNAF games and got into the lore of that recently, and now I'm finally getting into Bendy and the Ink Machine. What else am I missing? What do we do next?
From Alice's actress Susie Campbell in 1932.
Sammy, our music director.
What is Cuphead? What is Cuphead? Doki Doki Literature Club? Oh no, I already did Little Nightmares. Cuphead, I think, isn't that really difficult? It's like a platform game. I'm bad at that. I'm not good at platforms.
Might require a female touch.
Excuse me?
I've got a good feeling something.
What is she talking about?
So it seems casting was completed well in advance of the character's official.
It's hand drawn. What? Cuphead is a hand drawn game? What the heck? Really? Oh.
Announcement to the world.
I played Poppy Playtime 1, but I haven't played the second.
Portal.
I love Portal! That was one of my childhood games.
Which appeared in the Erie Daily Times newspaper. Here, Joey was interviewed and speaks at length about his brand new creation.
I'm reading chat. I'm reading what you're saying too.
His staff, Joey first took her out to a lunch where he revealed that the financial situation at the studio wasn't in the best shape.
I feel like Cuphead would make me cry.
Joey Drew had hired so many
it
workers
looks rough,
and expanded
like hard.
his studio so rapidly. He had burned through all the profits Bendy and Boris had brought in from the early days of the studio. Joey's answer to this? Spend more money. In 1934, he launched the Heavenly Toys Workshop, headed up by toy maker Sean Flynn. This new department within the studio launched a line of Bendy, Boris, and Alice Angel toys into the homes
remember we
of
killed
kids
Boris?
across America. Although it seems perhaps Alice wasn't quite as successful as her two counterparts.
Really wants to be so helpful. He could be telling me what I'm to be doing with this warehouse I got full of that angel whatchamacallit. Not a single meant to be said.
Moving into 1935, and we see the obscene workload and pressure Henry once faced has started to affect the massive workforce of the studio hired after he left. Joey Drew Studios was not exactly a great work environment. Long hours were requested and with very meagre pay in return. These employees were rarely paid for overtime as Joey worked these crazy hours into the worker contracts. Days off were few and far between, and claiming a sick day was a Herculean task.
I remember
Joey
that.
Preferred his workers to use the
He made
on-site
jokes about
infirmary
it.
so they could be back to their desk and working again within the hour. One must assume this horrendous work environment was born out of Joey's wish to both save money and churn out merchandise and cartoons to keep the studio open after his reckless spending
That's
sprees.
what happened.
Joey felt the need to constantly overspend in order to further expand his growing empire, much to the dismay of the studio accountant Grant Cohen.
I'm the guy who has to make sure our budgets don't go all out of whack just because Genius upstairs.
Poor guy. He had a stressful job, didn't he?
We can even see this non-stop crunch in the workplace affecting the mental well-being of Joey's employees. Just listen to music director Sammy Lawrence and his comment.
Wait, Sammy. This Sammy guy who doesn't wear the shirt and people like is the guy from. He's the conductor. Is this the one who wrote music in the sewers? Is this the music man? Oh, is that why we meet him in the orchestra area?
Cozy.
Patat. Wait. I butcher your name, don't I? Thank you so much for resubscribing. Thank you. I will say Pata. Thank you so much for resubscribing. I didn't wait, what do you mean that was who said no, that was another? He's the music director. That's why we see him in the orchestra area, right? Sorry, I'm like messing with my chair height. You'll get it someday.
In this audio taken from 1935.
Every time I turn around, there's more work to do. 4 cartoons almost complete, and all of them needed tune by tomorrow.
He lived in the sewers?
Be surprised if that grinning demon drove me completely.
Oh, sewer guy was the lyrics. Oh, okay.
For the next 5 years, nothing major seemed to happen, at least nothing we currently know of. Workers kept crunching away, morale was low, and cartoons kept getting made. Enough to keep the lights on at least. However, in 1940, Joey Drew came up with a brand new idea. A colossal wonder known as Bendyland, conceived as
awful
a theme
idea.
park full of characters
A
from
bad
the Bendy
idea.
cartoons and attractions based around them. We see evidence of its planning
This was the
and
worst
production
one.
during our travels through the research and design department in Chapter 4. In order to successfully pull this new project,
I love that this game kept like teasing us that we were gonna get a gun. The whole game, I feel like they were just teasing us because they knew that we would want a gun. The whole game.
off, Joey hired an expert in the amusement park business by the name of
the next game better give us a gun.
Bertrand Piedmont.
For 40 years, I've built attractions that staggered.
What do you mean you can get it? What do you mean? You can get a gun? Explain yourself.
Imagination. Colossal wonders, such as the world.
You can get a gun in Chapter 3? You're lying to me. Can you? It's a secret? You can get a gun in Chapter... It's hard? Oh. I'm not good at...
As you can tell, the two creators both had enormous egos, and these clashed frequently, causing a pretty toxic relationship to form between them. Another employee Joey managed to frustrate with his unsympathetic and condescending attitude. In the employee handbook, among the many designs for Bendyland, is this particular image. It shows rejected concept art for the Bendy Park mascot, some of which appeared in terrifying guises as they explored Chapter 4. At the bottom of this image, a note from Joey Drew himself asks, "Can we make it more lifelike?" This is important as it seems to signal a turning point in Joey's mind, a moment where he turned his attention from simply creating a park based around his cartoons to the idea of actually bringing those characters to life. And to do this, he required a machine capable of such a task. Enter
the ink machine. Roll credits.
While we lack a firm date for the inception of the ink machine, I'd wager it was first built in 1942. This is because we know Thomas Connor started working at the studio in 1943, where he was tasked with the installation of the ink machine, a machine likely conceived and built the year prior, and it sounded like quite the job.
So we're looking at quite the job here. Walls go
Quite
out,
the job.
pipes go in, dang walls go back in again. It's like banging your head on a rock over and over and over.
To build and install the ink machine, Joey Drew partnered with the Gent Corporation,
Oh,
an organization we
I
learn
was wondering why there were so many. There was Gent everywhere.
a fair bit about in this new book.
Okay.
Apparently Gent were cheap to hire and had devised a contraption which could pump out ink capable of creating pretty much
So
any
they're
object
the villains.
from a template. This contraption was known as the ink maker machine. The little devices we see all over the
3D
studio,
printers,
and these were installed
yeah.
to provide workers with useful tools at a low cost.
Like a mug.
Simply crank the handle and as if by magic, the ink within could create a wrench
That's
from
so
a blob
extra.
of that jet black liquid. Pretty neat. So it was only natural the ink machine would come next.
You thought it
a
meant
device
generator?
of a much bigger scale, which Joey secretly planned to use
Ads.
to bring his cartoons into reality.
You thought gent meant generator? I thought like the first time I saw the word gent, there was like the bathroom door, and one bathroom door said ladies or something, and the other one said gent. So I just thought it meant gentleman. But then I kept on seeing it in like weird places. Like, why does this safe have gent on it? I'm like, oh, okay, it's a brand. It's a brand. Back from ads, okay.
We learned that
quick.
as well as
Good,
working on the
good.
maintenance and installation of the ink machine,
Welcome
Thomas
back, I
Connor was
paused.
also involved in the top secret experiments Joey carried out in the years thereafter. In this recording from 1943 by studio lyricist Jack Fain, Connor is spotted speaking with Joey in the depths of the maintenance tunnel.
Who's Connor? I missed something. Who's Connor?
Speaking of which, I saw Mr. Drew the other day.
Oh.
He was meeting with that Connor fellow holding some papers. Why they want to meet down here is beyond
Yeah,
me.
why they meet in the sewers?
Something stinks.
Like the sewers.
And we know from his recording in chapter 5 that Thomas Connor was well aware of the secret creation of Bendy
The
2.
lyricist.
It seems he reported directly to Mr. Drew and Gent head office and knew far more than most other workers at the studio. With the ink machine now installed, we
The android sent by CyberLife. I walked right into that one, didn't I? Dino Games 20. The android sent by Are you kidding me? I walked right into that. That's a good one. That's a good one. You know, that's a
move
good
into
one.
the
That's
year
a good one.
1944,
Yeah.
where all of these changes to the studio and investments Joey had been making into future endeavors
Oh my
started
God.
to take their toll on the company's books.
The demon
Too
sent
much
by
money was going
Joey
out and
Drew
not
Studios.
enough coming in, as Grant Cohen recalls here in this note to Mr. Drew. Mr. Drew, I really do need to speak with you as soon as possible. Like I said in my last note, we're running $48,128 short this quarter. We won't be able to cover our taxes.
Yikes.
I'm fielding daily calls
Tax
from the
evasion.
IRS looking for our payments.
Tax evasion.
There's not enough money in the accounts right now to cover everything, even if I move some funds around and fudge the numbers.
Can I just say, hearing this guy try to do the Southern drawl accent is hilarious.
Also received several sizable bills from Gent, which I'll need to account for, besides the Bendyland payments, which we won't be able to make again this month. Can you please have your girl call down to me when you're next available? The employee handbook even reveals how workers were not being paid on time, and Grant told them to hold tight while they waited for their delayed paychecks. All the while, Joey stayed in the secrecy of his research department, working on ink machine experimentation in his bid to create a living cartoon.
Morris.
This brings us to 1946, where a scandalous newspaper article was printed revealing many workers had quit Joey Drew Studios and were now sharing their horror stories with the press. Stories of low pay, financial woes, and poor work conditions, all of which Joey denied.
They need a labor
outright.
union.
Joey stated to the press, "Reports of barricaded offices, employees locked in workspaces, and malfunctioning machinery are just crazy. And about the money, why, we just installed new technology in partnership with the Gent Corporation. We certainly wouldn't have done that if we were going bankrupt. In fact, we're on the verge of taking our business to the next level. I can't wait to show everyone what we have in store with our new cartoons."
The British Southern accent. It's good. It's good. He's doing a very good job. I kind of just want to you know, listen again. Just listen to the accent.
Level. I can't wait to show everyone what we have in store with our new cartoons. The article also states that many new employees were hired at this time to make up the numbers, and we know from the upcoming Dreams Come to Life novel that this was the year when main character Buddy was himself hired, the year he discovered Bendy living in the depths of the studio.
I remember that.
So, when exactly was Bendy created? Well, we know his failed creation led Joey to begin using human souls as part of his experiments after Bendy was born without one.
Oh, I knew
Joey
that.
was afraid
I
that
figured
such
that
an
out.
abomination would scare away his investors. So this means Bendy was created before Joey convinced Susie to use her soul to bring Alice Angel to life.
Yes, I knew this.
Another event in the timeline we do not have a concrete date on. With that in mind, this next bit is going to be a bit of guesswork. It seems most probable Bendy was created in either 1945 or 1946, simply because it would be unlikely Joey kept him a secret from the rest of the studio for years on end, and also seems
he goes
unlikely
everywhere and
with
kills
workers
people.
going missing that others wouldn't be asking questions. So most of the ink experiments on actual humans probably took place in 1946 onward, and I'd imagine the studio went bankrupt soon after, shutting down active experimentation, and the reason why Joey then took the ink machine back to his apartment to continue doing tests thereafter. This is generally where details are still fuzzy, and we'll get a better handle on things with future book launches. It does seem that Alison Pendle joined the studio around 1946 too, replacing
I don't think Bendy has a soul. That's why he is the way he is.
Susie Campbell, who became a victim of Joey's ink machine and disappeared from the studio. However, no one asked questions because Joey circulated this letter, essentially explaining to everyone why Susie wouldn't be working as a voiceover there anymore. A clever plan devised to cover his tracks and get a vulnerable woman to be part of his dastardly scheme.
I know how much this part means to you, Susie. Alice means a lot to me, too. I want you to bring Alice to life once again.
And of course we all know the story of Susie by now, so there's no real need to elaborate on it in this video. After the human experiments and creation of Bendy in 1946, the studio continued to lose money and shut down, as we can see on...
I should have explored more to look at these notes when we were in this area.
End of chapter 5. He went bankrupt sometime in the late 1940s is my best guess here, due to the fact his living cartoons were never perfected enough to be revealed to the public, and so his investors lost faith and he didn't gain a return on all the money lost from his R&D department. After the studio's closure, Joey was invited to the wedding of two former employees in 1952.
Where did this come from?
Thomas Connor and Alison Pendle.
How did we know they were married?
He declined to attend. Typical selfish Joey. But we know he kept in touch with this couple as he managed to lure them back to his studio sometime later to rebirth them into their inky forms, the Alice and Boris seen in chapter 5. Finally, in 1963, Henry himself is invited back to the studio to form the final piece in Joey's plan, reuniting all workers at the studio and finally trying to bring his creations to life via the power of the ink machine. If you wish to see
it was in a book and a letter?
Explanation and interpretation of the ending, check out my Bendy playlist, which has several theories on the subject. But for now, this is where our story ends, with the sad downfall of Henry and his never-ending loop. Back once again at the studio he escaped all those years ago.
Tom's married to Allison.
Today's video, please remember.
Okay. Watch the trailer. Oh yeah. Okay, let's watch a trailer theory. But you see, that's what I wanted from the game theory, to explain like the series of events. I don't want to know that it's all a metaphor for real life events. I just want to know what happened, what went down. Okay, that's what I thought though. I feel like that's what I thought. That's good. That's good. Here, we'll watch one more video. We'll watch, this is
Super Horror Bro Mike here,
the trailer.
And in today's video, we take a second look at the new trailer for Bendy and the Dark Revival, as we break down the finer details and theorize as to what both this new story and gameplay mechanics may bring. Rather than go through the trailer frame by frame, I will instead break this analysis into sections, which examine points of interest and things you may have missed. So sit back, relax, and
who
let's
that guy?
deep dive into the latest trailer for Bendy and the Dark Revival.
This is like BioShock. I always say that. It's very reminiscent of it.
This trailer was the inclusion of Archgate Pictures, and this actually allows us to place a time frame to the story of this game, suggesting it takes place after the death of Bendy creator Joey Drew and far after the events of the original Bendy and the Ink Machine. Archgate Pictures is a studio owned by CEO Nathan Arch, who gives an introduction to the Bendy comic book collection Crack Up Comics. This introductory message is dated 1972. What's interesting about this introduction is that Nathan explains how he purchased the rights to Joey Drew's estate, including the Bendy franchise, presumably after Joey passed away. This would mean that the events of Dark Revival are almost certainly based in the 1970s, with the events of Bendy and the Ink Machine taking place in 1963. It would mean that around 10 years have passed since Henry braved the studio and encountered the Ink Demon. As we go through this video, you'll notice several Easter eggs that tie directly back to Joey Drew's apartment and confirm this theory. It also seems after Joey's passing, Nathan Arch made a film dedicated to his legacy titled Joey Drew, The Man and the Demon, which we see advertised on these banners.
Yeah, who is this lady?
Audrey is a mysterious character, but we can theorize as to her place in the story when looking not only to the content of the trailer, but also an additional screenshot found on the Joey Drew Studio website.
Employee of the Month.
Audrey is an animator at Joey Drew Studios, now under the ownership of Archgate Pictures. We see her drawing a familiar frame of animation in this shot here. This frame can be found in the short film Cheap Seats, a Bendy cartoon first directed by Joey Drew in the 1940s. As evidence suggests that the story takes place long after that decade, we can surmise that Nathan Arch went about remastering certain cartoon episodes after acquiring the franchise from his old friend. In fact, Nathan references his plans to archive Joey's masterworks in the Bendy comic collection. When looking at this screenshot, we get a clearer view of Audrey's workspace and can pick up on a few notable sights. The first is this framed award which has been given to Audrey for being Employee of the Month. It seems Audrey works long hours for the studio, and her hard work did not go unnoticed. This explains why she is working alone at the studio when everyone else has gone home for the night.
Another late night, another crazy deadline. You can do this, Audrey.
The second point of interest is this framed picture. Feel familiar?
Oh, yes,
Avid Bendy fans will recognize this picture as the one that Henry drew for his old pal Joey, a picture we see framed and hung on the wall of Joey's apartment during the final moments of the original game.
Do we have a last name for Audrey?
We also hear a child's voice.
Tell me another one, Uncle Joey.
You see, is she the little girl?
This little girl is hinted to be Henry's daughter.
Yeah,
though
maybe.
This is unconfirmed. Visiting her Uncle Joey, who used to regale her of tales of his storied career. The fact we now see this picture hanging beside Audrey's desk strongly suggests that she may in fact be the little girl now grown up. If Dark Revival is set roughly a decade after the events of Ink Machine, and Audrey was 10 years old at the time, then she would now be in her early 20s. Which fits her appearance in this trailer. This connection may also have been the driving force for her to pursue a career in animation herself. Now,
at this point, like, is it even a theory video, or he's just like telling us the facts? Like, this doesn't really seem like a theory. This just seems like this is what it is. This is just what it is, I think.
Into the same fate as her father.
Yeah, who is Wilson? Wilson who?
One of the creepiest characters to emerge from this trailer is surely Wilson, who, based on his attire, seems to be a janitor working the night shift at the studio.
The janitors! It's always the janitors!
To have banished the Ink Demon Bendy.
Children of the machine, for 211 days you've lived without the Ink
They're counting.
haunting your steps. I banished him away. In return, I ask just a little favor. There is a stranger. Bring her to me.
We see evidence to support his claim on this poster inside the inky world of Joey Drew Studios, which states, Wilson knows your purpose, the man who killed the Ink Demon.
But I killed the Ink Demon.
If Wilson had a run-in with the Ink Demon, it may explain the scar on his face.
Wait, I thought I killed the Ink Demon.
A scar which seems to have left him blind in one eye. But how is Wilson connected to this inky world while simultaneously existing in the real one? Well, here is where another connection to Joey Drew's apartment comes into play. We catch a brief glimpse of the ink machine from Joey's home behind Wilson as he interrogates Audrey. Once again confirming that Nathan Arch inherited Joey's estate as he claimed in the book. While it is hard to come to a concrete conclusion based on the finite information currently on hand, my personal theory is that Wilson used his time after hours at the studio, when he should have been mopping floors, to tinker with the ink machine and create experiments of his own, ruling over the creatures within the inky world like a god and orchestrating all manner of chaos. He uses Audrey as a human guinea pig, transforming her into an inky cartoon creation and trapping her inside the machine where she can meet a sticky end. But why? Wilson promises to keep Bendy at bay if the monsters of the machine track down Audrey. There's no way of knowing why he wishes for Audrey's demise, but I feel it may be as simple as him having a dislike for her. Audrey is seen as the studio's golden child, while Wilson is a lowly janitor. Could it simply be that he feels a deep jealousy and hatred toward Audrey, born from her accomplishments and connection to the legendary Joey Drew and Henry Stein? Another possibility is that Wilson senses potential in Audrey. We know for a fact that Audrey has supernatural powers in this game, so Wilson may wish to harness these powers and use Audrey for his own selfish and egotistical gain.
Well, is it because she looks like she's half ink and half human?
Either way, it appears that Wilson is something of a mad doctor character, a puppeteer, who may have the ability to shift between the realm of ink and man with ease, and influence the cartoon world and its inhabitants while doing so.
Alice.
Two characters I'm sure we're all happy to see return are the unhinged Alice Angel and fiery yet heroic Allison. Alice is only given a brief moment in the spotlight during this trailer.
She has a gun!
Firing her Tommy gun during this sequence.
Can I get one?
Because the new game is dubbed The Dark Revival, it suggests that this world has been reborn after Henry managed to end the Ink Demon's reign during the conclusion of Ink Machine, trapping him in a never-ending loop in the process. Wilson may have been the catalyst to break the cycle and recreate the studio so events can finally continue. With this dark revival, it seems characters who previously perished, such as Bendy and Alice, have now been reborn. This also leads us to speculate if we may encounter other fan favourites such as Boris and
fan favorite. Speak for yourself.
It would certainly make for a fantastic story if Audrey is Henry's daughter and manages to save her estranged father while trying to escape this inky nightmare. Allison, meanwhile, continues her role as a guardian angel, though her partner in crime Tom is nowhere to be seen.
Good.
Allison
Stay gone.
is seen helping Audrey come to terms with her new look and powers in the following clip, in addition to explaining the Ink Demon's hazardous presence.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Looked like you needed some help.
Don't touch me.
See, she's like half ink, half human.
Everything else, stay away from the Ink Demon.
What's an ink demon?
He likes to smile, and he kills anything that moves.
It is also worth noting that we see a brief shot of this lost one pinned to the wall with a gent pipe shoved through his stomach. Not only is it likely that this is the pipe Audrey acquires for her adventure, it also occurred to me that this may be the work of Allison. We see the text Demon Follower painted beside this corpse, and knowing Allison and her hatred for the demon and all that tread his inky path, it seems plausible she may be making an example of anyone who chooses to walk with demons.
I think she
is right. It would certainly fit nicely with her savage warrior persona.
Savage warrior persona. I love it. Queen.
This time round there are not only two angels, but also two Bendys. Way back in the early days of this channel, when covering the story of Bendy and the Ink Machine chapter by chapter, I theorized that there may be a perfect Bendy, a version of a character who matched up to his cartoon counterpart.
It's kind of creepy.
It seems while that didn't play out in the story of the original game, this concept has come to life in the Dark Revival. And
I'm
be
going
honest,
to punt
it makes
him.
a lot of sense. Demon Bendy was
When I
born
play
from
this
the
game, I'm
experiments
kicking him.
conducted by the Gent Company, Thomas Connor, and from the mind of Joey Drew. He was a failed
Don't say
monstrous
all of no,
experiment,
say all of
locked
yes.
away and discarded by Joey, as we learn in the book Dreams Come to Life. Joey always intended for Bendy to mimic the version audiences around the world love to watch on their TV screens. Joey's end goal was to create a theme park known as Bendyland, which would be full of living cartoon mascots. This led him down a dark path of corruption and insanity, as he used his very employees as human test subjects. It seems after Joey's
that's messed
departure,
up, dude.
the Gent Company continued his shady science experiments, and eventually managed to perfect the process of bringing cartoon creations to life. This explaining the cute and lovable baby Bendy we see on
does he need a soul,
now.
though?
While his place in the story
Or
is
is he
currently
soulless?
unknown, I imagine this pint-sized hero will join Allison in aiding Audrey's escape from her inky prison.
He will be a friend.
Whatever his role
maybe.
may be, it appears as though this baby Bendy has been restrained, as he is found locked within this room playing with a toy train.
Maybe it's because he's
suggesting
evil.
he is very valuable to whoever created him,
Or
and
evil.
they wish to keep him safe and secure.
Or protect us from
Of
evil.
course, Demon Bendy returns too, and his revival certainly looks to be decidedly dark. We only glimpse his silhouette and a quick shot here of his mangled hand. But even from these teasers, it is obvious his form is more twisted and terrifying than that seen
now he
in
doesn't
the
look like a
first
cat boy.
installment.
Now he looks
Spines
like a
protrude
demon.
from his shoulders. His gloves are torn. This ink demon is not the same beast we dealt with during Henry's journey back in 1963. We've now looked through the main cast of characters, but there are a host of others both new and old on show in this new trailer. The Butcher Gang return and look scarier than ever before, their designs now refined and animations more ferocious. This inky text may also suggest a fourth member of the gang is waiting in the wings.
That's what I was confused
The Lost
about.
Ones make a comeback too, this time far more detailed with both male and female variants. One of the Lost Ones can be heard shouting the following dialogue. This line suggests that denizens of the studio know who Audrey is and want her to leave immediately. Whether this is simply because Wilson has unleashed the ink demon and promises not to banish him until Audrey is dealt with, or perhaps these creatures are aware of her connection to
Who
Joe.
does Allison come from again? Allison comes from the second voice actress that was hired, because the first one, Susie,
and Henry,
had an issue.
two men feared in this world, though both for very different reasons. We are also introduced to a friendly Lost One who Audrey appears to save from a hole in the floor. This could be a new character who aids Audrey through the story in the same way as Allison and Perfect Bendy. Or perhaps it's an NPC who we can help out in return for rewards along the way. Think of these as optional side quest characters to seek out off the beaten path.
Alright, okay.
Next, we have this doll-like character who seems to be part inky humanoid and part machine, wearing a mechanical mask as she politely catches Audrey.
You know what she looks like? She looks like Mapbot from FNAF Security Breach. I'm gonna push her down the nearest flight of stairs that I see in this game. I don't trust her.
Up on goings-on
I don't
around
trust
the
her.
studio.
She looks like Mapbot. She looks like Mapbot, doesn't she? You're agreeing with me, right? Yeah, doesn't you see it too, right? Thank you. Okay. I thought I was going out on a limb there saying that. You see it. It's Mapbot from Security Breach. Thank you. The crossover we all knew we needed. Okay, no. Okay, I'm glad everyone else sees that too, and it's not just me. Take a map.
Or they're completely mad.
This mechanical doll introduces what appears to be a new enemy type, a woman madly rocking back and forth in the shadows. Though it is also possible this is simply the silhouette of a female Lost One.
I think it's a Lost One.
In this shot, Audrey picks up a baseball with the name Bud Lewis scrawled across.
Who just said Oliver is on a mission to punch every possible friendly side character? No, they're not friendly. You can't trust anyone. Did you learn nothing from the game? You see, you guys all loved Boris. You said, "Oh, Boris, don't punch Boris. Boris is so nice." Boris tried to kill us, and we had to kill Boris. Don't form attachments to anyone. You're gonna have to kill them in the end. So just kill them sooner.
Its surface. This could be a reference to Daniel Buddy Lewick, the protagonist of the Bendy novel Dreams Come
In this world, it's kill or be killed.
Life, who met an inky end during the conclusion of the story and found himself trapped inside the cartoon world as a Boris clone. Finally, we have this hulking monstrosity, who I have simply labelled the Brute. A giant walking mass of ink, who seems to have derived from the searcher enemy types seen in the original game, who we also briefly glimpse in this trailer. The Brute seems to be able to smash through walls and picks up fallen debris such as vent plates, timber and gears as it does so. Maybe defeating these beasts will provide items required to progress through the studio.
Maybe he will drop a gun
or electrical boxes.
Gun! Yeah, gun! Please.
Now we've covered all of the new story details and characters found in the trailer for The Dark Revival, let's take a quick look at some general gameplay mechanics I spotted along the way.
Rock climbing.
Firstly, we have the ability to scavenge for supplies, just as we did in spin-off game Boris and The Dark Survival. Audrey can open drawers and cupboards around the studio, and some of these seem to contain schematics.
I really like the sentence that Evan just wrote saying, "the absolute desperation for a crumb of firearms."
Assume will feed into the weapon upgrade mechanic on display in this shot here. By collecting up the correct parts, we will be able to enhance the gent pipe and strengthen it, allowing Audrey to access new areas of the studio and better protect herself against the monstrous onslaught
I'm sorry, my American is showing.
Of enemies lying in wait around every corner of this inky realm. Furthermore, we see Audrey seems to have some new powers of her own. In this sequence, she performs a ground slam on an unfortunate lost one, while in this shot she seems to electroshock a searcher and absorb its life force.
Bioshock. It's Bioshock. It is Bioshock.
The final topic to discuss are the environments themselves. One of the most striking aspects of these environments is that they seem to look far more run down and dilapidated than the ones seen in the story of Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Future.
Once again suggesting a passing of time and a dark revival of this world at the hands of Wilson.
It's
Familiar locales return, such as the iconic Heavenly Toys workshop seen here. There are also many new locations, such as employee recreation rooms, a stately manor, and even a market strip, containing all manner of stores and even a bowling alley. When we think back to Bendy and the Ink Machine, we remember Henry engaged in a number of amusement park minigames during the 4th chapter.
No, you see, I think all the inky thingies formed society because it's like, you know, they're all stuck there, and now they don't have that big ol' demon cat boy to be afraid of. So it's like maybe they just started forming a society for themselves in all the years where there was no one, you know, telling them what to do. They all stuck here. Hi, Godly. Hope you had what did you eat for dinner? I'm curious. What did you eat?
So it seems like Audrey may get to partake in a game of bowling, whether that simply be for fun or as part of a puzzle.
We
also see the return of those life-saving miracle stations, though enemies are now far more aggressive, trying to rip the door off its hinge as Audrey
I'm gonna do so much yelling when we play this game.
Just to escape inside. And with that, we come to the end of this analysis and breakdown of the new trailer for Bendy and The Dark Revival. The game is scheduled to launch on November 15th, so we won't have to wait too long for answers to some of the questions raised in this video.
10 days.
Stay tuned, as I will be recording a full playthrough for those who wish to watch rather than play, and then creating some theories and story-explained content around the game thereafter. But for now, we have come to the end of today's video, and I hope you found it
Oh yeah, all of you guys had to wait like 4 years, for this second one to come out. Y'all had to wait like how long? 4 years? I only had to wait 10 days. Hold on, I'm gonna ban someone. Okay. Yeah, y'all know. Y'all know. Did it work? Sorry, I'm not on mod view right now. Did I do it? Okay, thanks. You guys see the message he put? What a dummy. Oh my god. I'm laughing at the message he wrote. Can I guys read you what the message said? Because it's genuinely making me laugh. I'm gonna read you guys what Baseball Boy 1458 wrote in chat. Baseball Boy 1458 said, "Isn't it quite ironic how in the chat rules you tell us to avoid triggering subjects, but you can quite clearly see a LGBTQ flag in the background? Not cool." I'm sorry. Is the gay flag a triggering subject for you? I'm sorry. Man's read the rules and tried. I'm just so funny. Imagine being triggered by the gay flag. Here's the thing. I like having the flag in the background because if someone comes in who is either a troll or homophobic, they say something about it and then we know to ban them like ASAP. They thought they did something, right? So honestly, it's a good strat. If you want to keep those fools out of your stream, put a flag in the background because they cannot resist saying something about it. They cannot resist saying something about it. So then you know who to bonk. It's a strat. It does its job. Exactly. And we have ads now. I'm sorry. I had to point out that message because it was killing me. Not cool.
Imagine being in the wrong community. I am happy they are banned as asexual.
Exactly. You see, that's the thing. They can't help saying something about it. They have to comment on it. So then you know to get rid of them. Not cool. Wait. I'm just gonna, hold on. Just because it's really, really funny. I'm gonna scroll all the way back up. What the heck? I scrolled up way too far. I missed the message. I wanted to screenshot the message. It's okay. I'll find it again. Not cool, you guys. Not cool. Power move? VIP them? Yeah, let me unban them and VIP them just for that sick power move. Not cool. Oh, good. Okay, Elliot screen. Thank you so much.
Entertaining and informative. If you did, then remember to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more horror-related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next.
Not cool. I'm sorry, it's not that funny, but like, it's really funny. It's the way it was written too. Like... Can I read it again? I'm gonna read it again. Isn't it quite ironic how in the chat rules you tell us to avoid triggering subjects, but you can quite clearly see a LGBTQ flag in the background? Not cool. Isn't it quite ironic? Can I... Wait. Hold on. Give me one moment. Hold on.
Triggering subject colors that make others happy.
Isn't it quite ironic how in the chat rules you tell us to avoid triggering subjects, but you can quite clearly see a LGBTQ flag in the background? Not cool. I'm never gonna shut up about this. It's the best message I've ever received to ban someone. I like it because it's not just a troll being like, ew, gay. Like, not cool. Like, it's like typed all professional too. Like, straight up laying out a case. I feel like I'm in freaking mock trial. My God. I'm sorry. I was gonna end stream like as soon as we finished watching the theory videos, because honestly, that's what we were here for. We played Bendy in the Ink Machine. We finished the game. We watched a theory video. We watched the trailer for the new one. We watched that baseball boy punching the air right now. Imagine, is he still here? Look at the viewer list. Is he still here? Baseball boy, go read a textbook or something. Stop playing baseball.
He did not want to taste the rainbow. Pensive face.
Oh my God. I'm gonna pass out. Why would you say that right after joining the stream? I mean, I'll tell you, they see the flag and they have to say something. Baseball boy left the chat. Oh, guys, we're gonna bring this up every stream from now on, okay? This is the new meme here. In the channel iceberg, where you see all the inside jokes for the channel. This is it. This is on there. It's a thing now. When he requests an unban, you gotta read it out. I hope he does an unban request. I want. So, guys, the reason why I started laughing so hard was because I couldn't stop thinking of this message, which is why I asked if I could read it out loud. Because I was just like, stuck in my head. That's it, Izagoose. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly the mentality. Not cool, Olive. Not cool. Not cool. Isn't it quite ironic how in the chat rules, you tell us to avoid triggering subjects, but you can quite clearly see a LGBTQ flag in the background? Not cool. Okay, I have to stop. I've run this bit into the ground. Okay, that's good. That was good. You see, we made a good bit out of that. It was never gonna get old, is it? I'll bring it back up next stream too. Not cool. Wait, wait, who said start every... Let's just start starting sentences with... Isn't it quite ironic? Yes, chat, from now on, please start every sentence with, isn't it quite ironic? And it has to end with, not cool, okay? The sentence has to start with, isn't it quite ironic? And the sentence has to end with, not cool. And then you can say whatever you want in between. But this has to be like the new sentence format for chat, okay? Isn't it quite ironic, not cool? Not cool. Okay. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Every time something remotely gay happens on the Rat SMP, not cool. Alright, I'm so tired. I'm delirious at this point. Okay, so we finished Bendy in the Ink Machine. We watched the game theory, well, not the game theory video, but we watched a theory video on it. We watched the trailer. We know what that's all about. I'll be live again tomorrow. We might do some Rat SMP stuff tomorrow. Yeah. What a fantastic bit to wrap up on, isn't it? Did you guys